What is going on, YouTube Nation? This is Darth Dividend. If you guys are new to my YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos. Before you even subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, make sure you smash that like button so that other dividend investors and people who are considering making changes to their IRA or their Roth IRA and or their dividend portfolio so that they can have a chance to see this pretty much. So I really like this stock. I have owned this. I've been long in this. I have it on my M1 Finance Dividend portfolio. I have it, it's part of the Matt Ramey dividend portfolio strategy to earn like dividend stocks each month. I'll show you the distribution of Pfizer stock. I'll show you how it's done against the S&P. I will show you why I have it and some products that it has out in the market that we use every day, why I think this will continue to help this stock. And there's some news about them, actually. I will get into that in detail in regard to how they're doing with the vaccine race and some ways that, or some stocks that might be better than Pfizer, which I'll discuss at the end. I'll go over two stocks after that. But I like this stock. I'm going to continue to hold it. And the other stocks that I'm going to discuss in this video, I'm going to probably buy them as well. And I own one of them as well. So I'm going to look at how it is done against the other two stocks and go over their dividend history. And I'm going to still say why I think Pfizer is a better buy than these two stocks as well. So stay put. Again, and at the end of the video, I have a section. I just created a new dividend growth portfolio section that you can click that shows all my stocks that I own in my stock and dividend analysis. A lot of these stocks, some of them you probably never even heard of, which include Americold Realty Trust, which is a stock that helps out with frozen foods before they go to grocery stores. Some of them include Norton LifeLock and eBay. A lot of people don't know about eBay or Norton LifeLock and how it's done or how they've done. So, check out those videos as well. But let's get started. Okay, so Pfizer is sitting at $38.88, which distributes a quarterly dividend. I'll go over the time and time frames of them, but they also have a dividend yield of 3.91%. Now, one of the cool things I just said about Pfizer and some companies they own is Hospira, which is a very popular company amongst the hospitals with medications and equipment. So that's one thing right there that they also have. Don't forget Centrum. And if you look at Chapstick, last time I checked, it was owned by Pfizer. So Pfizer owns a lot of companies that not only were used in the hospital, but things that we do every day. I actually do take Centrum every day. I'm big into working out. So Pfizer helps you out not only when you're sick, but when you're trying to get better, you have chapped lips. So that's one thing. They own a lot of things. They're one of the largest pharmaceutical companies in the world. So that's something that's very nice about them. Let's see how they have done in the past 5 years. So the past 5 years, it's, a little iffy, here and there. But it's not too bad in the past 5 years. So it's in the green. Now it's a rough time with the economy, obviously because people are freaking out the bug. But the one thing about Pfizer is I just read an article about the vaccine race is they're going to try to get the FDA to approve them because they have enough proof that it has worked against the bug on October 22nd, which is fantastic. I think that will, once that vaccine starts pumping out, people start getting vaccinated, herd immunity will happen. A lot of people do believe that the virus is getting weaker. A lot of my friends that work in the healthcare field, nurses and stuff, did get infected and they did very well. combating the bug. But the vaccination, if Pfizer's the leader, we'll find out. But they're trying to get approval by the FDA. It appears on October 22nd with Operation Warp Speed. So honestly, I would take the risk. I'm a registered nurse, and hey, I mean, your insurance will probably cover the vaccine too, which is a good thing. But let's talk about let's discuss their financials, and then we'll see how they've done against the S&P. September, the revenue's a little bit down. It was 4.65%. The net income did increase to 7.68 billion. The diluted EPS was 97.1%. Net profit margin was up 95.77%. Operating income was a little bit down. Net change in cash was up. December was a little bit down, 9.22%. Net income was a little bit below 336 million. Operating income went down a little bit. Their cash on hand has gone up. March, I mean, that's kind of expected with the revenue going down. The net income, the diluted EPS, net profit margin, the operating income has gone down. That's kind of expected because of people freaking out about the bug. One good thing is there has been some research out there that says that zinc can help with colds, and Centrum has the zinc in it, so that's one good thing with their multivitamins. I really think their multivitamins are fantastic, and make sure you eat it with food if you take Centrum. Again, I'm not a dietitian or anything, but or a financial advisor, but I do really like Pfizer's products, and I believe in their products, and that's one of the reasons why I invested in them. So in June, they're a little bit down. I mean, the good thing is, they're down 11.03%. The net income is down. But the nice thing about when I see revenue is I see billions, like more than $10 billion. So these guys are a very strong pharmaceutical company. They are well known. They are respectable. And, they could, again, I'm not going to say they are, because the stock that I'm going to discuss, one of them after this is involved with the vaccine race as well. And it also distributes a dividend. The thing about Pfizer is it's increased its dividend over time, which I will go over. But let's see how it's done against the S&P. Pfizer has destroyed the S&P since inception, and it's up 4,420.93% to 2,675.91%. This is what makes Pfizer a really good buy, because it took a big hit in the beginning, and it distributes its dividend as a very powerful pharmaceutical company. It's cheap. It's well known, and it's respectable, and it is beating the S&P. So the thing when you want to think about pharmaceutical stocks, you got to think, is it in demand? That's one thing. What am I going to get out of it if I'm a consumer? Okay, I got chapstick. Let's see, I'm from Northeast Ohio in the winter. How many people buy chapstick? How many people take multivitamins, especially in the winter, or daily? There's enough evidence out there that multivitamins can help. So again, there's been research articles on that. There's been, it's just a very good company. They have done very well. I know the financials look bad, but again, it's slowly rising to the top again. And, it's cheap. It has done well against the S&P. So this is very attractive with the stock. So let's see how it's done with its dividend history real quick. Pfizer in 2011 was 20 cents a share. This is just recently. And then it's gone up to 22 cents a share in 2012, then 23, 2013, 24 cents, 2014, 26 cents, 2015, 28 cents, 2016, 30 cents, 2017, 32 cents, 2018, 34 cents, 2019, 38 cents. So it used to be a dividend aristocrat, and then when the recession hit, it was off the list. But in the future, I see this becoming a dividend aristocrat again. So the nice thing about Pfizer that we see so far is that it has increased its dividend. It has beaten the S&P. Sure, its revenue may be down a little bit, but that's kind of expected with the, what happened recently. But what happens, again, don't quote me on this, but they are fighting to get approved with the FDA with their vaccine. And if they get approved, the price per share is going to go up, the demand's going to go up, people's emotions, I gotta buy. And then it'll go back down. That has happened before with Moderna. I mean, anytime there's positive news, people react on their emotions. But even if it goes up and down, I'm still going to hold it. And I'll show you how many shares I own with Pfizer at the moment with my M1 Finance Dividend portfolio. And then I'll compare it to two other stocks, one of them that I own, and then we'll go from there. So we're slowly starting to see what Pfizer has done and how it can help you as a dividend investor, or if you have a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA, or if you're a day trader. So far things look really good with Pfizer. Let me show you how many shares I own real quick. So right now I own 13.52 shares of Pfizer, and I plan on holding on to that stock for a long time and getting more stocks. So once I get to 100 stocks, I mean, imagine the money that I can make on dividends with that. It's up 3.83%. I put money in the stock when it was when I started my M1 Finance portfolio. I like what I see with them, and I put money in a lot of my monthly dividend stocks, SPHD and LTC, and I just added land, and I did a bond fund. It's called it's Brookfield Real Assets Income Fund. It gives off like 20 cents, almost like 19 or 20 cents a share, and it's very aggressive. I mean, the expense ratio is a little bit high, but my gosh, I mean, to get a bunch of shares from these monthly dividend stocks to add to stocks like Pfizer, I mean, the compound interest is going to start coming in once I get to like $15,000, which I'm probably not going to buy any stocks for a while. Let these grow, let the compound interest kick in. I mean, this is going to be very special and fun because my goal is to get to $100,000 with my M1 Finance Dividend portfolio and then get bigger. And with Pfizer, it's going to help me get there. And I feel very confident with Pfizer and their capabilities and their reputation as a company. But now let's talk about two stocks that you may want to consider over Pfizer, and maybe Pfizer's better. I'll tell you one that for sure that is probably better than Pfizer, but it's a little bit more expensive. And I'm going to show you one that Pfizer is better than, but it's still a stock that you shouldn't rule out in a pharmaceutical stock. So I'm going to switch to those stocks right now. So that stock would be AstraZeneca. That's one that it gives off a semi-annual dividend, and AstraZeneca has some very good products that it distributes. And I did a stock and dividend analysis on that. I'm going to put that up in the corner in a second. But and make sure you check that out. Just click that video section in the top right-hand corner. But AstraZeneca has a lot of products out there. Not only has it beaten Pfizer by about 500% since inception, but AstraZeneca is in the vaccine race, and that could be one of them that distributes the vaccine. And both of them have given very good results. And AstraZeneca has been one of the first ones and the fastest ones out there to do that. Honestly, if I had a choice between which vaccine trial to take, AstraZeneca has been very good. I mean, I would take either of them, but if I had a choice of one of the two, I'd probably take AstraZeneca for phase 3. And I don't understand why some of these college football, these schools are not considering, I know it's liability issues, but if the vaccine works and the phase 3 sounds very successful with people and there's no side effects, why not, if you're an athlete, say, hey, I want to play, let's go, hook me up, let's get T-cell response, let's get a antibody response, and let's play. So AstraZeneca has done better against Pfizer, so that's one thing. Okay, let's look at how AstraZeneca has done against the S&P, and then let's see how it's done with its dividend history. So AstraZeneca also has beaten the S&P by 1,067.92% to 661.97%. Let's look at their financials real quick. The revenue in 2019 has done pretty well, 19.96%. Net income has been down, diluted EPS, net profit margin, operating income, net change in cash, cash in hand. Okay, the revenue has gone up in December 2019 by 3.85%. Revenue has increased to 15.72% in March. Net income 31.53%. And then the revenue has increased to 6.27 billion with a 7.76% increase. So that is very attractive. And I'm going to tell you one thing with AstraZeneca. They have some products. One of the products that AstraZeneca carries is Brilinta, and that is a very attractive it's considered like an antiplatelet with aspirin when people get a post-cardiac cath and they have stents put in. When you have a stent like this, you need to be on Brilinta sometimes from 90 to 120 days. I'm a nurse and I work on a cardiac step-down floor. So when you have this stent like this, okay, you have to take this antiplatelet in conjunction with aspirin, because aspirin is an antiplatelet. The cool thing with, and if you don't take your antiplatelets, this thing your stent seals up, and then you got to go right back in the cardiac cath lab. So you have to take Brilinta with aspirin. And the cool thing about Brilinta is it jumps from platelet to platelet. It's like a magnet. Now aspirin just sticks to your platelets and you're just stuck with it. So Brilinta is a very popular product with people that come out of the post-cardiac cath lab. A lot of it is it's a very safe product. There are some side effects. I mean, you can get a little bit of a cough with it, but that's it's very rare. I do believe that Brilinta is a very good product. I've seen it work, and I when I have my patients, I encourage them to take it. I mean, you have to. It's very good. I mean, it's it's an alternative to Plavix and aspirin when people come out post-cardiac cath. But let's look at how AstraZeneca's dividend history has been. So AstraZeneca's dividend is almost it's a little bit of a scatter bomb compared to Pfizer. Pfizer has increased its dividend over time, but Pfizer is a little bit of a scatter bomb, and you're going to get a semi-annual dividend. So the one good thing about Pfizer is you're going to get a quarterly dividend, and the semi-annual dividend is very attractive, but what happens if the price per share goes down and then the compound interest can kick in? What happens if the price per share of AstraZeneca jumps huge, like exponentially, and then you just don't have enough time to get shares or let the compound interest kick in their M1 Finance dividend portfolio, let these dividends kick in so you can distribute into other stocks and stuff. I mean, there's pros and cons, but right now I like Pfizer a little bit better than AstraZeneca, even though AstraZeneca is better, but Pfizer is a little bit cheaper and that dividend has increased. But I have one stock that I can show you that's a little bit more expensive, very popular, and is probably better than both of them. If I had money right now, a lot more money, I would probably put it in this stock. That stock would be AbbVie. This one has beaten Pfizer 168.35% to 55.02%. Let's look at how it's done against the S&P. So it's up 168.35% to 137.54%. Was losing at a point, but it is beating the S&P. So that's a good thing. Let's see how it's done financially against the S&P, or let's just see how it's done financially. September up 2.95%. Net income is down 31.42%. Revenue is up 4.8% December. March revenue has been up 10.1%. So everybody's freaking out about the bug and everything. And look at how it's done. Okay. Net income has increased 22.56%. That is fantastic. And the revenue has increased to 26.29%. 10.42 billion. Okay. 10.42 billion. That's a lot. But let's see how it's done with its dividend history. 2013, it was 40 cents a share. Then 2014, 42 cents a share. 2015, 51 cents a share. 2016, 57 cents a share. 2017, 64. So it has increased its dividend over time. Payout ratio is 20.18%. Look at that. And the dividend yield is 4.91%. Annual dividend, $4.72. So honestly, I'm going to own all three stocks in the future. I own AstraZeneca and I own Pfizer. AbbVie is going to be another stock that I'm going to buy in the future. There's a lot of potential with it. I'm buying these monthly dividend stocks, more shares, so that I can buy stocks like Pfizer, AbbVie, and AstraZeneca. I feel very confident in these stocks. Right now, I'm going to stick with Pfizer. I'm going to buy more shares, and I need to take advantage of it being down. All three stocks have beaten the S&P. All stocks, these stocks have distributed a great dividend. Pfizer increased its dividend, and AbbVie has increased its dividend. They have a very good reputation, and I see these guys as being very powerful stocks in the future. So I'm going to stick with Pfizer. I'm not going to sell Pfizer. I love Pfizer, and I'm going to buy AbbVie in the future. So I wanted to do this video. I have waited for a long time to do a stock and dividend analysis on Pfizer, but there are good stocks out there, and this is one that will, it's going to grow. It's very powerful, and I enjoy seeing companies do well. And if you're a dividend investor, I think all three stocks would help. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. If you're a day trader, I think all three stocks would be very good. Just don't let your emotions get the best of you, because those prices can jump up and jump down pretty quick. And I can't wait to get to 20 or more shares in Pfizer. So, and then I'm going to start looking at these other guys and let these juggernauts start kicking in, especially AbbVie. I can't wait to get them. Probably in the next 2 to 3 years, I'm going to start putting money in them once my M1 finance portfolio gets bigger. So this is almost a guarantee I'm going to get this stock. But I like Pfizer, and it's one of my favorite stocks. It has some great products, and all three stocks have great products. So again, be careful when you buy stocks. These are stocks that can help you in the long run with dividends and passive income, and you should not rule any three of these stocks out. Pfizer is a great stock. AstraZeneca is a great stock. They distribute a great dividend. They have, some of them are, like AstraZeneca is a little bit scattered, but you need to diversify your portfolio. In these three stocks, I will be long an AbbVie stock. I will add that to my stock and dividend analysis video in the future. But again, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you keep an eye on my channel, and make sure that you look into these three stocks, study these stocks. I'm going to be long in Pfizer. I can't wait until I start growing and getting more powerful with my M1 Finance Dividend portfolio, then I'm going to add AbbVie. But these 3 stocks will help you in the long run. So I'm very excited to add AbbVie to my dividend portfolio in the future. And I appreciate you guys watching this video and sticking around and giving me likes and hitting that notification bell. Make sure you check out the video at the end of the section. Once I post it in the corner, it's basically my stock and dividend analysis videos and all the stocks that I own. I know you guys are new to my channel, and this channel is growing. I switched almost a year ago at this time from nursing to dividend investing. So I noticed a lot of the people in the nursing community started unsubscribing and throughout the year, and now the pendulum's completely changing, and now you're seeing the people that left, some people are sticking around, and all these new people in this new niche have changed on my channel, and now I'm starting to like jump up, and it looked like I was losing people, but those are all people in the nursing community. Now I'm part of the dividend investing community. I'm very proud to be affiliated with a lot of you guys and collaborating with a lot of you guys, and I'm excited to see your channels grow as well as mine. So that's the exciting thing about this channel. So thank you again, and you guys have a great Saturday.